Hey, greetings YouTube Performance Reviews, where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. And today, I am answering your requests. I have read the comments. You all have asked me to review a quantum vacuum. So here it is. I have a quantum vacuum. Unfortunately, I do not have the accessories with this. I'll talk to you a little bit later on how it came into my possession. But this machine is not mine. I am strictly borrowing it for the review. Now, quick spoiler alert on this review. I'm not doing this in my normal format where I go through and clean the whole house for a month and get back to you. This machine came into my possession needing repair, and after repairing it and seeing how it was made, I can already tell you this would not last more than a week in my household. So let's go over the machine in a quick overview. I'm going to also do a microphone test a little bit later, a pickup test. I'm going to go in depth of why I don't recommend this and what went wrong that it came into my possession. The first strange thing about this machine is there is no cord hook anywhere. They give you a detachable cord, which is nice, okay, but there's no cord hook. So you're left with this just mess of cord all the time and really nowhere to put it. On the back of the machine, you can quickly connect this. It is a standard plug, so that's nice. This is the same thing you see in the back of your computer. It's just the two-prong version of that. There is a handle release and a pedal right here. The machine also has a very strange feature where it will telescope up, like so, and then rotate around. I believe this is to make it accommodate getting low and under things. The problem is when you do put this machine much lower than this, the problem when you put the machine much lower than this, you run the risk of sucking water up, which will again shut the machine off. It has a mechanism so you don't intake water, but that could become a problem. The machine also, so if you do that, now you can use the swivel neck, or you can lock the swivel neck out right there. That kind of locks it out. Again, very strange. The machine also has no exhaust filter. Again, this machine really feels like a prototype, and not having an exhaust filter or cord hooks certainly makes it feel that way. There are some tool holders, I guess, right here. Not exactly sure what those are for. I found that very strange. So overall, really a quirky machine, and something that looks like it wasn't quite ready for market, but made it to market anyways. The machine has a capacitive touch on it, where you just turn it on and off. There is no brush roller shutoff, and they have followed the automotive trend of putting that piano black plastic on here, which looks horrible after a use or two. All right, we got about 55 inches sealed and 30 inches working vacuum, maybe 29. As you can see, it took two of us to measure this particular one, being such a strange, unconventional design.
Fucking thing.
All right, folks, I've put our standard mess right here on the floor. We have breakfast cereal, fine sand, cat litter, and fresh animal hair. And now the fresh animal hair is like the same color as the carpet. I harvested it right from the dog. That's where he's shedding right now. So it's not the usual orange I have. So we're gonna go ahead and run this over with the Quantum. You're gonna hear the real sound of the machine, and this is a headphones warning right now because this is a loud one. Right. Well, first thing about the Quantum, as you'll see, all the stuff is in the water. Seems very convincing. But when we look in front of us, we can see the fine sand. You can see the chunks of cat litter. You can even see some of the hair that it drug and didn't clean up. So, yeah, a little bit of hair there. There's even a little bit of breakfast cereal crumbs here. And yeah, there's some cat litter right there. So as you can see, not the best cleaner in the world. Definitely not the worst I've seen on the channel, but did better than I thought it was going to do. And again, the water just after that is almost to the max line with just that little test. Earlier when I was showing off the rest of the machine, I showed that the machine does not have a brush roller shutoff. So I've thrown some breakfast cereal on the floor, and I want you to watch the area behind the machine and see what happens. As you can see, It's done the normal thing where it's thrown debris behind the machine because the brush roller was spinning and cannot be shut off, which is why I really recommend you shut a brush roller off on hard floor whenever possible. So yes, it will clean it, but it will be hard on the floor and hard on the machine. I wouldn't recommend using it in this configuration on the hard floor. If you were using this on hard floor, you'd probably want to use the accessories. All right, well, it's now time to empty the Quantum. Well, that's fun. Again, there's hair buildup and stuff just everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and empty that. And here's the psychological part of this machine, is because the dustbin is so small and you're going to have to wash it out and empty it and get in there. That's going to have a lot of the psychological effect on people who buy these. They're really going to think that they're picking up a lot more stuff than they really are. I mean, let me grab the stuff out of the sink. That's really all it picked up after you squeeze the water out of it. So the water definitely exaggerates what's here. So here is the float valve on there. Just a piece of rubber flapper right there. That's going to wear out. You can also see how tight that is. That could easily clog up with animal hair. So there's the separator. It's very small, and there's a small aluminum nut on there. You will have to wash that probably every time you use it, clean it out at least once a month, but probably more often than that. And that's your only source of filtration there. So again, if you have allergies, this is not for you. And I'm going to have to go ahead and clean the rest of this off. As you can see, this little montage already took up enough of your time, but you get the point. There's a lot to clean. Just to show you what's under that separator, you can see all the dirt that's caked up in that motor, because again, water is a poor filtration medium, and you can just, yeah, it's really gross and caked up. Very similar to an early Rainbow, and that's why the later Rainbows and Serenas and those water vacuums all have a post-motor filter, because water is a poor filtration medium. As you can see, this spider or upper separator will have to be cleaned regularly, and you'll need to get an old toothbrush to get the job done. Now, how this came into my possession was this roller was completely stuffed up with stuff, and you can see I can just stick a screwdriver in there and poke the bearing. They are sealed cartridge bearings, but they're pretty small. So yeah, hair is going to get in there real easy. So you'll need to keep this extra clean if you're trying to use this. There's this interesting dip on the bottom. This is to allow large debris, and this also allows them to make it without a carpet height adjustment. The overall shape of this thing is a blatant copy of like a Visselwerk EBK 340, but it is not made by Visselwerk. That is very clear by looking at this and the lack of quality of the plastics and stuff like that. Now I've prepared a very small mess over here of fake animal hair and some breakfast cereal. We're just going to vacuum up this little section. And I think it's more than safe to say that when I vacuum my house, my 5,000 square foot house, I'm going to vacuum more debris and hair than this. So let me show you what happens. Okay, well, let's see how well this water filtration vacuum works. I'm going to show you right now that there is hair, debris and stuff just like everywhere in this. This is going to be like a mess to clean up. But more importantly, okay, so we've now pretty much put this on the maximum line doing that. Let's see what's inside here. No place to set this, so I'm going to try not to spill this on my carpet. But what I want to show is this right here. This is how the machine came into us. And how it became into my possession is there's hair stuck up everywhere. not just on the intake of the separator right here, though that did happen, but the brush roller on this machine was so stopped up that it actually was seized and would not turn on the motor. So we had to disassemble this brush roller, pull all the hair and fine hair out of there, and then reassemble it, and it was just crammed full of hair. Like I said, this machine's about a year old. So now that I've told you how it's come into my possession, you're gonna see why I'm not so hot on a lot of this machine. It's really not capable of doing a house. This tank is maybe apartment size or one room size before you're gonna have to empty this and put water in it. That's a hassle, but the quality of the machine, the engineering of the machine just isn't there. It really feels like it's some sort of prototype that was rushed to market, or like the engineers who worked on this didn't expect it to go to market quite so soon. The absence of a cord hook kind of makes that evident when you look at it. There's no cord hook. Why there are no cord wraps on this machine, beyond me. There isn't a vacuum, upright vacuum sold at Walmart without a cord hook. Why is this sold without a cord hook? And then, like I said, unfortunately, the brush roller we discovered was a weak point the hard way. And the overall feel of the machine, the plastic and stuff, it doesn't feel great. It really feels low quality. And it has a lot of, I don't know if that picks up on the microphone, but it has a lot of wiggle and creaking and play to it. Now, I hope this video kind of serves as a warning of why I'm not going to recommend this, why I'm basically telling consumers don't buy this product. I'm not going to do a full review in my house. I think that's pointless considering that I've just, in this little bit of running it, I'm able to tell you everything pretty much you want to know, which is don't buy it, and it's high maintenance, and it's not going to last. So I really appreciate you folks watching my quick little overview of the Quantum machine. Maybe there'll be a version 2 of this someday. I'd happy to review it if they fix some of these things. But until then, again, it's a big thumbs down. I have a lot of vacuum cleaners that I recommend in every price point, shape, and size. So I'm going to stick that playlist at the end here. Hopefully that will help you find a better vacuum. Have yourself a wonderful day.